Hey everyone, Mr. MC here. This is a lap guide for Lago Maggiore East with a Yellow Evo. This car is fully stock and we're on the sports hard tires. And just as we're about to get started with the lap guide, I want to quickly note that Lago Maggiore has really lax track limits, so you can take advantage of the curbs as you're still within track limits. But anyways, exit the final turn on third gear and we'll go through that again as we finish the lap. Bring yourself towards the right side of the track, and your first braking point is just before you pass the 100 meter board, just before the pit wall on the left ends. Full braking power, turning in just after you reach the 50 meter board, and you want to be gradual, easing off of the brakes and turning in as the car is prone to sliding around. Then start to brake just before the white area on the right ends, going down to second gear to have the car rotate a little faster through the sharp hairpin. The yellow area is still part of the track limits. You can be a little aggressive coming out of the hairpin, but bring yourself towards the right. Do a little lift off of throttle as you make this left turn. But for turn number 4, you want to brake just before you pass the first sign that is on the left. 75% braking power for a short moment, gradually making your way down to third gear to limit the amount of sliding that this car will do through turn number 4, and get on the throttle as soon as you can. Now this next turn is pretty difficult to nail down. You're braking before the white area on the left starts. Full braking power for a short while, but you want to be really smooth and gradual with your turn in, because the moment that you start to turn in, the car's weight is going to shift around, and if you do it too early or too sudden, the car will start to slide around too much and you risk losing a lot of time. So it's all about being really smooth through turn number 5. Now for the S's, you're braking just as the curb on the right starts, so around 50% braking power. And just like the last turn, you want to be smooth with your inputs, because it's really easy to have the car slide around too much and lose a lot of time. And this is where you really take advantage of the curves as you're still within track limits, doing a little bit of throttle control to keep the car on track limits, and take this right turn flat out. Just be aware that the car might get a little understeery as you go through this right turn. And finally, you're braking before the 100 meter board. Full braking power, turning in after the 50 meter board, gradually making your way down to third gear. The car will want to slide around a bit through the final hairpin, but this is where you can actually take advantage of that. Get the car whipped around the final hairpin, get it pointing towards the start finish line, and get on the throttle as soon as you can. So that's going to be it for this lap guide. Hopefully this lap guide helped you out in conquering the Yellow Evo, as it's a tricky car to drive but also pretty fun once you get the hang of it, especially with the recent physics update that happened in version 1.31. So that's it from me. This is Mr. MCA, the world's most okay player, and I'll see you in the next video.